Welcome to The Unlikely Show. This is Season 2, Faults Within and Foes Without, Episode 8, Lines Drawn, Lines Crossed. Last time on The Unlikely Show...
Come get them while they're popping!
And now, the 8th and final episode of Season 2. Hey folks, just a quick note before we get to the show. Did you know we have a merch store? Well, we do, and right now, through the end of November, we have a special holiday sale going on. All of our Unlikely Show merch is on sale, up to 50% off, and orders over $20 get free shipping. Whether you want to share your love of Snufflefungus and the gang with your friends and family, or you just want to treat yourself, this is your chance to load up on Unlikely Show merch and save a ton of money doing it. You don't need a coupon code, just go to unlikely.show/merch and make a purchase by the end of November. Again, that's unlikely.show/merch. Get ahead of the holiday shipping rush and buy your gifts today. Part 1. Malex. Today had started like any other Sunday. Malex had the day off from his oppressive and terrible office job, and he had a practically unlimited number of possible ways to spend the day. Books to read, projects to start, a Malex Minute episode to record, but instead, Mara was here, and it was looking increasingly like his day was going to be ruined.
I thought we all agreed that we needed to investigate the Ohioville Animal Shelter.
Yes, I remember.
When would we have made this agreement?
Oh, let me see. Maybe it was around the time that Mike's dog mutated into a horrific manifestation of ancient evil and tried to devour us all?
So go investigate. This sounds like something that would appeal more to you bleeding heart tree hugger types anyway.
Malex, can you please step in here?
What do you want me to say? I don't agree with Linus. I do agree that Ohioville Animal Shelter needs to be investigated, but why does it have to be investigated by us? And why does it have to be investigated today?
Because I'm asking for us to go investigate it. I've got all my equipment in a bag, I'm dressed for stealth, and it's time to go.
I appreciate that, but it is pretty unusual for you to be setting the agenda around here.
Why? Because you assume I'm just a passive person? Maybe it's my turn to decide what we investigate. Snuffy gets to run around doing Snufflefungus Holmes whenever he feels like it. Linus decided when it was time to go find Bigfoot, and you literally just dragged us across the galaxy to investigate a stupid mall.
She has a point there.
Malex raised his finger and opened his mouth in retort, but almost immediately thought better of it.
Malex, I sense danger. Disengage!
What if I'm still just feeling down? I don't honestly know if I can muster up the emotional energy to leave the house right now.
Not this again.
But Malex, you went through that portal yesterday with such confidence.
I'm with Mara on this one. You've been acting a lot more like your good old adventuring self recently. Let's not revert all the way back to agoraphobia now.
I'm not agoraphobic. I just sometimes feel really powerless and overwhelmed in the face of a universe that seems hell-bent on destroying us. And frankly, yesterday, we almost flew too close to the sun. If that situation had gone sideways, maybe none of us would have ever come home again.
You're right. None of us is saying your feelings are invalid.
I am.
We're just saying we need to figure out how to live our lives despite the risks. And today, we're talking about going to an animal shelter. How bad could it be?
Malex closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Mara was right. It was a building full of animals in cages. How could anything they find there tie back to his manifold existential dreads?
Part 2. Mara. After convincing Malex to get off his behind and come help, it took all of a few minutes for the four of them to pile into Malex's beat-up old car and drive to the Ohioville Animal Shelter. From the outside, the shelter looked so normal. There was absolutely nothing Mara could see that would give her pause. And yet, as she reached for the doorknob, she did pause. Somewhere deep inside her, a warning flag was going up, as if somehow, by opening this door, she was going to leave a chapter of her life behind, that she would never be the same again.
Is everything okay, Mara?
Mara blinked twice, then looked down at her friend. Yes, Snuffy, everything's fine. And with that, she pushed through the door, followed by the rest of the group. Hi! Welcome to the Ohioville Animal Shelter! The inside of the shelter was a brightly lit, dingy, but essentially clean office space. It was filled with the sounds you would associate with an animal shelter. Behind the desk sat a woman with a sunny disposition and a very youthful appearance. I'm Poppy. How can I help you today?
We're here to see anything weird and suspicious you might have lurking around here.
Sorry about Linus. He's just like that sometimes. We were thinking about possibly adopting a pet.
We were?
This sounds like a great idea.
Oh, look at how adorable you are!
Thanks.
What's your name, cutie?
My name is Snufflefungus, but you can call me Snuffy.
Did Snuffy come from here originally?
Lord, no. He's extraterrestrial.
I don't know what that means, but he reminds me of some of the really special pets we have in the back. Oh yes, the special pets. Can you give us a tour? We'd love to see everything. Sure thing. Let me just check something real quick. Chip! Are you good here in the front? I'm gonna give these folks a tour! Chip poked his head out of an office adjacent to the lobby.
Cha, sure thing. I'm just wrapping up this adoption now.
Oh yes! Void Pup is going to his forever home today. Just then, a child emerged with his parent from the office. In the child's hand was a leash, and at the end of the leash was the Void Pup. As soon as the dog entered Mara's field of view, her head started to hurt.
Malex, is something wrong with my webcam? Why can't I see the dog?
No, I think your webcam is working fine.
Does Void Pup's fur absorb all light? Not just light, also secrets. The perfect companion for a growing child.
Come on, Dad. You need to buy me a milkshake now.
Watching the dog walk away, Mara's headache receded, but only a bit. The headache wasn't so much from the optical strain of looking at the dog's fur, but also from the psychic disturbance it was giving off. She hoped the other animals wouldn't be this psychically noisy, or this next part was going to hurt. Okay, let's go for the tour. As we walk through this next room, you'll notice everything to your right is all cats. Indeed, there were rows and rows of cats on that side of the room, but on closer inspection, not all of the cats seemed quite right.
Did you see that? This one blinked at me and I could have sworn it had 6 eyes for a second.
How about this one?
He looks normal.
Yeah, but watch his shadow. It's leading him by a fraction of a second.
Mara, what do you think?
Mara was rubbing her temples, trying to focus. Yep, they're cute all right. Some of them are screaming louder than others. I haven't known our cats to do much screaming personally, but y'all are correct. Some of these poor kitties come from harder backgrounds than others. It can affect them, you see.
I bet.
Moving on, to the left you'll find all of our very good doggies.
What makes a doggy good?
Shut up, Linus.
This one seems to have multiple sets of organs, which, side note, its skin is translucent.
Oh yeah, he does that about once a week. He's splitting into another one of them. What's it called again, Chip?
Binary fission.
That's right. He's doing a binary fission.
Is he laughing at us?
He thinks everything is hilarious. The girl shrugged.
This one looks like Mike's dog, only, I guess, without a head or legs?
It's just a torso.
Oh no, he's just being ornery. She rapped on the glass. Pythagoras, put your legs back on. There's guests. The animal did a half roll in its bedding, then presented its 4 corners in anticipation. Its legs, which had been tucked away out of sight, unfolded down from the ceiling of the cage, connecting to the torso and lifting it up ever so slightly, allowing the animal to sway back and forth gently in the air. There's a good boy. Pythagoras is our smartest and best doggy, aren't you? Pythagoras responded simply by waggling its behind and emitting a low, rhythmic clicking sound. Psychically, however, that rhythmic click set the meter for an incomprehensible song which bloomed unbidden in Mara's mind. An alien recitation of impossible geometries unfolding into a desperate plea for understanding, for familiarity that pulsed violently in time with the music. The singer, for that was how he referred to himself, noticed Mara hearing his song, and so he sang to her, directly into her consciousness, a beautiful and terrible melody whose lyrics were not comprised of words, but of shapes. He was the only being in the universe who knew this song, and now she would know it too. She must know it, for who else could hear of this beauty and preserve it through the coming ages? But she could not know it because its unfathomable beauty was poison to human consciousness. Although she was drawn to listen with every fiber of her being, she sensed that those very fibers were ablated by the experience, unraveling her and threatening to consume her very self. Her knees buckled. She collapsed to the floor.
This thing is tied with the more ponies for my least favorite encounter all year.
You okay, sis?
Here, girl, come sit in my office. I'll get you a glass of water. Mara accepted the help up to her feet and received the water gratefully. Her head still hurt, but the psychic screaming was dulled somewhat by the physical separation and the wall between her and those poor creatures. Do you still want to see the rest? We've got a whole back room I can show you.
Honestly, I'm not sure that will be necessary. Maybe what we really need is to ask you some questions.
Well, sure.
Do all of your animals come from strays and rescues?
Most of them, yeah. But that's not what you're asking, is it? Y'all aren't actually looking to adopt a pet, are you?
You could say we're concerned citizens looking into suspicious animal welfare issues.
What about the special ones? Where do they come from?
Those come from a truck. They come by about once a week, usually.
Let me guess, there are no questions asked, right?
Technically, they're surrendering pets, so yeah, we don't ask questions, but it does seem mighty suspicious.
And you have no idea where the truck is coming from?
Nope.
I know what to do. We can ask my irregulars. They'll be able to surveil the truck's movements and find out where it's coming from.
Irregulars? Since when do you have...
Won't that plan take weeks? That would be really boring.
Still cradling her head in her hands, and without even opening her eyes, Mara spoke up. There's no need for any of that. I know exactly who is doing all this.
Hey folks, I'll get you back to the show in just a second, but first, we are celebrating the end of Season 2 by running a special Greenlight Season 3 campaign. What is the Greenlight Season 3 campaign, you might ask? Simple. If you join us on Patreon before the end of November, I will personally send you a Snufflefungus water bottle as a thank you for helping make Season 3 a reality. You can join for as little as $5 a month. Support from people like you is what makes the next season possible. So, do you want to hear Season 3? Do you want this amazing water bottle? Then go to unlikely.show/join and pledge your support today. That's unlikely.show/join. Sign up before the end of November to get your gift. Together, we can make Season 3 happen.
Part 3. Snufflefungus. Snufflefungus was worried for his friend Mara. She seemed upset and far more tense than usual. His telepathy wasn't as strong as Mara's, but then again it didn't take telepathy to see that she was suffering. After leaving the Ohioville Animal Shelter, the group had hopped back into Malex's car. Mara seemed reluctant to explain herself, but she directed them to an office park on the outskirts of town. They arrived at a nondescript office building and parked near the back of the large parking lot. Aside from a handful of cars parked much closer to the building, the parking lot seemed mostly empty. After an extended silence, Malex finally spoke.
Okay, sis, what are we doing here?
This is one of the PSA office buildings.
The Psychic Security Agency! They kidnapped me and threatened to dissect my brain! Mara turned around in her seat to face Snuffy.
I know, but we rescued you, remember? We won't let anything like that ever happen again.
Okay.
Reassurances aside, we're parked awfully close to that building for my comfort level.
We've all had really bad experiences with the PSA, and none of us is excited to be here. But if Mara brought us here, she had a good reason. Let's hear her out.
Thanks, Malex.
So, Mara, are you saying you think the PSA is somehow responsible for the horrors at Ohioville Animal Shelter?
No, I'm saying I know they are. I recognize his handiwork.
Whose handiwork?
His name is Dr. Finch. He believes that harnessing psychic energy will eventually save the world.
Sounds like a dummy to me.
Joking about it won't help the situation. He won't stop until he's satisfied he can defend Earth from an alien invasion.
Mara, how do you know all this?
I've told you before, I've had negative encounters with the PSA just the same as everyone else.
Snufflefungus made another observation that didn't require telepathy. Is this some of that quiet, chronic duplicity you told me about before, Mara?
What? No, Snuffy, I would never lie to you. I mean...
Heads up. Somebody's walking toward us.
Snuffy craned around to see what Malex was talking about. Sure enough, an older man wearing a suit and carrying a briefcase was walking toward them.
It's a man in black!
That's a gray suit.
Let's get out of here!
No, wait. I think I recognize him.
Oh, yeah!
You've got to be kidding me.
Snufflefungus did indeed recognize the man. His name was Anchorman, and at one time, years ago, he had been president of Ohioville, but now he just looked disheveled and unimportant. Anchorman walked right up to the driver's side window and knocked politely on the glass. Malex lowered the window.
Young man, you really have done it this time, haven't you?
Hello to you too.
I'd invite you up to my office, but that seems like a bad idea at the moment. May I have a seat? We have much to discuss.
Malex shook his head in disbelief.
Sure.
Walking to the back of the car, Anchorman opened the door and plopped himself down beside Snufflefungus and Linus. Hello, Mr. President.
Oh, please don't call me that. I never earned the title in the first place.
I'm amazed at your coherence. Are you sober?
We're all recovering from something, dear laptop.
So what's the story here? You retire from the presidency and what? Hanker for settling down? A little mall walking? Quietly working out your days serving the most notorious villains in all of Ohioville?
I should turn the question around to you, young man. When did you stop taking on quests to save the world?
Can we just drop that already? Little Red Riding Squirrel is off his rocker and nobody has ever taken him seriously.
Anyway, you don't get to tell us what to focus on. We're not here about Little Red Riding Squirrel. We're here about the horror show going on at the Ohioville Animal Shelter.
First, Laptop, you are exactly as rude as I remember. Second, you're flat wrong. Everything is connected, and you are here, whether you like it or not, because of the coming storm.
That's enough. You can get out of my car now.
Not so fast. I have something for the Snufflefungus.
For me? Anchorman pulled a leather-bound hardback book from his briefcase, handing it to Snuffy. What is it?
Don't open it yet. I got it from a kindly bespectacled gentleman named Atris. He told me I might need it, and boy, did he turn out to be right.
Thank you!
We're not impressed by the parlor tricks, the gifts, the signs, the portents. However bad this coming storm is, I will never align myself with the PSA to fight it.
Don't be so hasty. You may find that decision was made for you by your sister years ago.
What?
Snufflefungus's heart sank. This was what Mara had been lying about. This was why she was experiencing so much shame and suffering all of a sudden. He felt dazed. He wanted to pause time and go back to before this conversation had started. But now that it was happening, there was no going back.
Listen, buddy, you're gonna need to explain yourself very quickly. Otherwise, we're going to discover together the edge of my tolerance for violence against the geriatric.
Well now, don't shoot the messenger. Ask her. She was a PSA agent long before I was.
You lying liar!
He's telling the truth. I'm a traitor.
Mara, no! You can't be!
Somewhere deep inside Snufflefungus's heart, a dam burst. He started crying, and he wondered if he would ever be able to stop.
Part 4. Industrial Incarceration Systems Incorporated. The office of the Warden of Industrial Incarceration Systems Incorporated was dingy, dusty, and yellowed with age and grime. In short, it wasn't much. But as the warden sat at his desk, he gazed around the office with fresh appreciation. It was, after all, his office. At least, it was his office for now, assuming he could fix his own error before it was discovered. The warden was bipedal, with shiny green skin, and very large. He had inky black eyes, and was almost completely bald, save for an unruly ring of hair around the sides and back of his head. Once, not long ago, his hair had all been a fiery red, which he had thought of as being rather fetching. Now, from the stress of his job, his hair, eyebrows, and mustache had all gone prematurely white. Nervously glancing at the clock, the warden wondered why everything took so long, why everything seemed to go so excessively, fragrantly wrong. He wondered if his predecessor had been this stressed prior to, well, whatever error caused him to be relieved of his position and incarcerated. The warden couldn't exactly swing by and ask him. His predecessor was incarcerated in Section 9, which was the section where prisoners went whose brains were to be kept alive and conscious. Forced to experience a year of solitary confinement per day of real time, those poor wretches' incarceration generally ended when their brains finally gave out. He shuddered just thinking about it. Just then, speaking of job stress, one of his employees walked in. The employee whose single job was to help the warden fix his own dreadful mistake.
You called, sir?
Yes, I did. Give me a status report.
Yes, the fugitives, Malex and
Don't say their names.
The warden's black eyes darted around in terror.
What?
They might be listening.
Who might be listening?
Never you mind. Just give me the report.
Okay. The fugitives who are nameless will be recaptured by the bounty hunter you secretly contracted.
Yes. But it's been so long. What is taking so long?
Well, sir, space is really big, and Earth is on the farthest edge of the galaxy, just outside the border of the ECONOMICON. It takes a very long time to get there.
That's a terrible excuse. We need the bounty hunter to hurry faster.
I mean...
Do you have any idea what will happen if he finds out?
He who?
The chairman, you dolt! These prisoners are very important to him.
I didn't realize...
So if we don't fix this, we could be killed! Or worse, incarcerated! Or worse...
Have our shares revoked?
Yes! We could have our shares revoked for this!
Don't worry, we'll fix it. I was going to tell you, the bounty hunter is only a few more hours away from arriving on Earth.
That's good to hear.
He even knows to start his search in a place called Ohioville.
Excellent. I want hourly updates. And remember, report only to me.
Yes, sir.
To be continued. Thanks for watching this episode of The Unlikely Show, a production of Markley Bros Entertainment. If you'd prefer to listen to the show, you can find the podcast version on the web at unlikely.show, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you're enjoying the show, share it with a friend. And once you've done that, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us know what you think in the comments below. This really helps our show reach more people and makes a big difference in the long-term sustainability of our production. That's it. God bless and have a great day. Hey everybody, bloopers in just 1 second, but first, a shout out to our gold level patrons this week, Flying Dutchman 67 and the Spaghettis. Thank you folks so much for believing in us and for helping to keep the lights on. All right, bloopers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't be so creepy about it.
Oh, yeah. Not like that.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!